Good morning, heart rate team. Doing well. Looking forward to jumping into this 15-minute indoor cycling workout with you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Make sure to grab some water. We're going to stay hydrated. Now, here at Heart Rate Fitness, we focus on your heart rate. Rather than thinking about output, wattage, or revolutions per minute, cadence, RPMs. However, we're thinking more about listening to your heart. So if you have a fitness band or a smartwatch, that's a great way to keep track of your heart rate. So go ahead and start your heart watch sensor or you're measuring your heart rate. And we're going to start off at a fairly slow cadence of between 60 to 80 revolutions per minute. And in these first 5 minutes, we just want to start getting warmed up. Okay, so if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Again, the goal is focusing on your heart rate. And what we want to do is target heart rate zones. Now you can do this by walking outdoors. You can do it with an indoor bicycle. And the goal is really to hit your target heart rate. So the way you calculate that is, first of all, start by estimating your maximum heart rate. Now, before you start any fitness program, always consult with your physician. Check with your doctor to make sure it aligns with your health goals and your capabilities. But the beauty of low-impact fitness is you can begin just by walking, pedaling on an indoor bike. You keep the resistance relatively low and make the effort fairly minimal to get started. So to estimate your target heart rate, start with 220 minus your age. So if you're 30, that would be 190. If you're 60, that would be 130. Or sorry, 160. So 220 minus your age. So yeah, 60 would be 220 minus 60 would be 160. If you're 30 years old, that would be 190. So that would be your maximum heart rate. So your heart rate, let's say you're 30 years old, should never be above 190. If you're 60 years old, should never be above 160. And that's just a rule of thumb. Again, check with your doctor before you establish that maximum heart rate. Next, take that maximum and take a percentage of that. So typically for these workouts, we want to hit somewhere between 60 to 80% of your maximum. So a good way to begin there is to think about what would be 70% of your maximum heart rate. So let's say your maximum heart rate is 168. You may target for your workouts heart rate closer to 135 to 140 as your target heart rate. Again, the goal is not to hit your maximum during these workouts. Your goal is simply to elevate your heart rate so that you can be in that zone where you're increasing the amount of calories burned, you're increasing circulation, and you're working hard but not stressing, not overworking. Now, if you don't have a way to measure your heart rate, one thing that you can do is just put 2 fingers against the side of your throat and press upward, almost like you're trying to reach up from within your mouth to the back of your throat. And you'll find somewhere in there, you'll be able to find that you can feel your pulse. So what you can do is, with a stopwatch or a timer, if you have one on your watch, your smartwatch, that would be great, is simply count the number of pulses for 15 seconds and multiply that by 4. So one of the things you'll want to do is track your average resting heart rate over time. So maybe each morning, right after you wake up, when you're still relaxed, maybe still lying down in bed, just count for 15 seconds and just check, what is your resting heart rate? Are you at 80 beats per minute? Are you at 60 beats per minute? And the goal is to reduce that average resting heart rate. So as you're building up more heart capacity, your average resting heart rate will go down. And research shows that is one of the best overall indicators of health, is a low average resting heart rate. So today we're just doing some chill music here, just doing a very calm, gentle warm-up. All right, so that's about 5 minutes now. We've been just getting the heart rate up, elevating the heart rate, aiming for that target heart rate. So check your fitness watch, your heart rate monitor, and see where you're at in terms of beats per minute. And you just want to get up into that range, maybe 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. And the goal here is just to elevate your heart rate. To know if you're pushing too far, you should be able to speak a full sentence without having to take a breath. If you're not able to speak a full sentence without taking a breath, you may be pushing yourself too far. So it'll take about 5 minutes for you to get up to that target heart rate zone, and it gives you a few minutes to dial that in. Now, once you're up to that level, that 60 to 70%, now the goal is simply to maintain that for 10 minutes. So on an indoor bike, it's really important that you have the right configuration. Make sure your elbows are flexible, that you can bend those elbows. Make sure you're extending your legs as far as you can without locking your knees. Keep your head up, your shoulders down, so you don't build up any stress or tension in your shoulders. And making sure to sit far enough back from the seat that you can, lean yourself forward, and you want to pivot at the hip joint. All right, Barry, Fitness, how are you doing today? Is it feeling good? We are already halfway through this workout. So great job. So check your heart rate. Check in and take a look at where you're at. Make sure you're at your target heart rate zone and you're not exceeding that. Remember, with indoor bikes, you can adjust the resistance. On this particular one, I turned the knob to the right to increase the resistance, and I turned the knob to the left to lower the resistance. Now, on an indoor bike, one thing that's different than an outdoor bike is that you can't stop pedaling. The only way to stop pedaling is to stop the flywheel. And on this particular bike, I press down on the knob to stop the flywheel. Make sure you know how to operate your indoor bike and know how to stop that so that you can take a break. Don't put too much resistance on, because you want to be able to maintain a good cadence between 60 to 80 revolutions per minute without exceeding your target heart rate zone. All right, great job. We are making excellent progress here today. How you feel? Drop a comment in the chat if you're with us live, and write the words live, or the word live in the chat if you're here with us live, and write the word replay if you're watching the replay. I'd love to hear how your workouts are going. How is 2025 treating you? Jump in and join with our community as we reach our fitness goals this year. Okay, now we're about 2/3 of the way through this workout. So just to mix it up, add some variety, and so that you're not sitting on that seat the whole time, you can increase the resistance as you prepare to pop up out of the seat. So I'm going to dial up my resistance, and then I'm going to pop up just for 30 seconds here, just to mix it up a little bit. So when you're up off the saddle, you still want to have your hips back, have your elbows relaxed, lean forward, looking up. Make sure you're able to get plenty of oxygen. That breathing should be steady and clean. Staying inside your heart rate zone. Okay, now I'm going to sit back down, reduce the resistance, increase the cadence just a bit. Great work. All right, about another 3.5 minutes here, and then you're going to be ready to start the day. Be sure to get plenty of water. I always like to start the day with a glass of water and then drink a full water bottle either during or right after my workout. And then throughout the day, just hydrate as much as possible. Good hydration is so important to easing the workload on your heart. The more liquid that you can take in, the easier it is for your heart to pump and circulate the blood throughout your system, so you have plenty of energy, a clear mind, and lots of stamina for the day. Awesome work, heart rate team. Okay, just another 2.5 minutes here at this pace, and then we'll be done. All right, in this last couple of minutes, it's a great time to think about your fitness goals. What are your goals for this year? How do you plan to achieve those? And how can a regular, low-impact workout help you achieve those goals? All right, be sure to check your heart rate again. Make sure you're within that range and not going anywhere close to your max heart rate. If your heart rate's elevated, go ahead and dial back the resistance and maybe even slow the cadence. But try to keep your cadence between 60 to 80 revolutions per minute. All right, Heart Rate team, thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them into the Facebook group or in the chat, and I'm happy to respond to those, see if I can help out. Also, please share your goals for 2025. What would you like to accomplish? Would you like to lower your average resting heart rate? Would you like to train for an event, like an outdoor cycling event? Or maybe a distance walk, a hike, a run, whatever your target goals are. Share those with the community. Let us know so we can support and encourage you. All right, in the last few seconds here, let's go ahead and just dial that resistance back and slow our cadence. And then we're going to, with our feet clipped in, we're going to stand up out of the saddle and then moving forward on those handlebars just to stretch out those calves and hamstrings. So 30 seconds or so each side really just helps stretch those muscles. We've been working some really big muscles this morning on an indoor bike or for the walk-in, so it's great to stretch those out so that they don't get sore or stiff throughout the day. Make sure to stay flexible, do some stretches maybe after you ride. All right, Heart Rate team, thanks again for joining me here. Look forward to hearing your comments and hearing your goals for 2025. We'll talk soon.